You know the feeling. You're just driving along, minding your own business, and then bam! That little orange engine light pops on, and your heart kind of sinks, right? Well, today, we're going to take the mystery out of one of the most common reasons for that light, the P0456 code.
So, the big question is, what's the deal with that light? Are we talking about a simple $15 fix you can do in your driveway, or is this the start of a $500 nightmare? That's exactly what we're here to figure out. Let's break down what this code really means for your car and, maybe more importantly, for your wallet. First things first, what is your car actually trying to say with this P0456 warning? Let's decode.
Okay, in plain English, the P0456 code means your car's computer has detected a tiny leak in the system that handles fuel vapors. And when I say tiny, I mean it. We're talking about a leak the size of a pinhole. So take a deep breath. Your engine is not about to fall out. This is all about emissions.
So, what is this EVAP system, anyway? Well, think of it like your car's own little recycling program for gas fumes. Instead of just letting those smelly, polluting vapors escape from the gas tank into the air, the system captures them. Then it cleverly feeds them back into the engine to be burned up with the rest of the fuel. It's a pretty smart way to keep the air cleaner.
Now, the interesting thing is a P0456 code probably won't change how your car drives one bit. The biggest symptom, of course, is that check engine light just staring at you. You might also maybe catch a faint whiff of gas when you're walking by the car. But here's the kicker. You will absolutely fail your next emissions test if you don't get this sorted out. All right, let's get to the good stuff. How to fix it. And you're going to love this, because the #1 cause of this code is something you can check yourself in about 30 seconds. No tools required.
Get this, more than half the time, that's right, over 50%, that annoying check engine light is being triggered by one single, incredibly simple part that we all forget about.
And that's why, before you do anything else, before you even think about calling a mechanic, the very first thing you need to check is your gas cap. Seriously, just pop open that little fuel door and take a look. Here's your 3-step plan. First, just try tightening it. Make sure you turn it until you hear at least 3 solid clicks. If that doesn't make the light go away after a day or two of driving, take the cap off and inspect it. Look at that little rubber seal. Is it all dried out, cracked, or dirty? If it looks worn out, just replace it. And here's a pro tip. Spend the extra few bucks for a genuine one from the dealer. Those are made to the exact specs for your car and will seal perfectly. Okay, so you tightened or replaced the gas cap, but the light is still on. Don't panic, our work isn't done yet. The next logical step is to look at the system's gatekeepers, a couple of key valves. You've got 2 main players here, the purge valve and the vent valve. The purge valve is usually easy to find, right on the engine somewhere. Its job is to open up and let those stored fuel vapors get sucked into the engine. Then you have the vent valve, which is usually back by the gas tank. Its job is to let fresh air into the system so the car can run its own pressure tests. If either one of these valves gets stuck open or fails to close, boom, you get a P0456 code. So let's say the gas cap is perfect, and the valves seem to be working. Well, now it means we have to go on a hunt. We're looking for an actual physical leak somewhere in one of the many hoses or lines of the EVAP system. And this, my friends, is where it gets tricky. Remember, we're not looking for some big, obvious gash in a hose. We're searching for a crack the size of a pinhole. Trying to find that just by looking at it, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, a very greasy haystack. So how in the world do mechanics find a leak that small? They have a secret weapon, a smoke machine. And no, it's not the kind you'd see at a dance club. This is a special tool that gently pumps a harmless, visible smoke into the entire EVAP system under very low pressure. And from there, it's actually pretty simple. You just look for the smoke. Wherever you see a tiny puff of smoke escaping, whether it's from a brittle old hose or a bad connection, that's your leak. It's a brilliantly effective way to pinpoint the exact source of the problem. Okay, now let's cover the rarities. These are the less common culprits, but if you've checked everything else, it's worth knowing about them. It's possible for the charcoal canister itself, that's the box that actually holds the fuel vapors, to get a small crack in its plastic housing. Or, and this one is sneaky, it could be a bad fuel tank pressure sensor. The sensor could be sending bogus data to the computer, tricking it into thinking there's a leak when the system is actually sealed up tight.
All right, that was a lot of information. So let's put it all together into a simple step-by-step game plan so you can tackle this P0456 code the smart way.
Think of it like a funnel. You always start at the top with the easiest, cheapest, and most likely fix, the gas cap. Tighten it, inspect it, replace it if needed. Next, do a quick visual check of any hoses you can easily see. Still no luck? Then you start thinking about those purge and vent valves. And if you've done all that and the light is still on, it's time to call in a pro for a smoke test. That'll find the problem guaranteed. And there you have it. That check engine light for a P0456 code doesn't have to be so intimidating anymore. It's not some big mystery. It's just a puzzle. And now you've got a clear roadmap to solve it.